Y'all, this season of Ready to Love is giving pure foolishness and shenanigans. Like, what is going on? There is no love, but it is entertaining. I can't take it from them. So let's go on to talk about tonight's episode of Ready to Love. I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. Y'all, of course, it's Friday night. So, like I said, we got to talk about OWN's Ready to Love season 9, episode 7, titled Meet the Friends. Please, y'all, before we get into it, please do not hesitate to subscribe to the channel. First of all, thank you for subscribing, all my new subscribers. Comment down below. Let me know you join the family over here. Please try to watch the video all the way through. It's good content, okay? Support a Black YouTube channel for Black History Month. Like the video, it really helps push it through the algorithm because the algorithm is really playing right now. It's kind of frustrating, to be honest with you, but I'm trying to push through it. Also, share the video where you like to share your video. And like I said, comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought of this episode. It wasn't like the most entertaining episode, but it had its little gems. All right. So basically, we open up the episode with the men going down to the gentleman's lounge. Nephew Tommy lets them know, two men were eliminated by Will, by Jonathan. And he's like, the ladies are not playing with those non-negotiables. I feel like producers was like, we not having the shenanigans. Okay. So Nephew Tommy let the men know that they're in control this week and they will be introducing the ladies to their friends. Now, Laron in his confessional is happy because he said, one half of the snake is gone. Will is gone. He said, Will was causing a bunch of havoc on the show. Will heard from Alexis. It's a bunch of stupid foolishness, but basically, Will heard from Alexis that Koshia and Meeka were uncomfortable with Will. He made them feel uncomfortable. So Alexis told Will, and I guess Alexis was in a group chat with the ladies, and she must have showed Will. And then Will, we saw, was that a week or two ago? Will eliminated Koshia. Now, and so Laron feels like, this is all Alexis and Will's fault, that Koshia got sent home and he got the text messages to prove it. He got the receipts and all that. Now, was it shenanigans and foolishness going on? Yes. Did Will not like Koshia? No, he didn't. Was he trying to get his lick back? Yes, he was. However, it was a group effort to eliminate Koshia. Like it wasn't just Will eliminating Koshia. Now, she did have other connections, so I understand, like, in my opinion, Koshia Man wasn't on the show, but Meeka could have went home as well. I know a lot of people thought Meeka was going home. I told y'all Koshia was going home, but a lot of people were surprised Koshia went home, especially because she brings the drama. But Koshia is a loose cannon, in my opinion. So, but Meeka is not giving anything either. So, both of them could have went home, in my opinion, but it's not just totally on Will that Koshia went home, and that's the issue I'm having with this whole situation. However, I'm not taking away from the fact that Alexis and Will are being messy, but Laron, he is trying to prove it, okay? He talking about it on Twitter. Hey, Laron, okay? He is like, he's vindicating Koshia. He is vindicating her, okay? Anyway, it's a mess. So the ladies are going to meet the guy's friends. So we see Justin invites who was it? Mya? No, it wasn't Mya. Justin invited Meeka and Rasheena to his friend Kendrick's house. Now, when it came to William and Justin, both of them was inviting the ladies to their friend's house instead of their own houses. And I was like, what is up with that? Because Chaz had the ladies at his house. The other dates, they just met at a restaurant or something. But when it came to Justin and William, now William did meet up with Mya and his friends at a restaurant, and we about to talk about that. But I was like, why we can't go to y'all houses? Like, why are we going to the friends' houses? Like, that didn't make no sense to me, y'all. Y'all, I got this new light, but it's too bright. I don't like it. So I'm gonna turn it off. Anyway, so then let's see. Like I said, we said Meeka and Rasheena were at Justin's friend Kendrick's house, I believe. Kendrick was cute. I feel like all the friends was cute. Was it just me? But all the friends were cute. Okay, all the friends are cute. The only one that was like the cutest in their friend group was Chaz, but everybody else, their friends was cuter than them. No shade to the men, though. Okay, but Kendrick was cute. So Kendrick, he's putting out the fruit platter for Justin and Rasheena and Meeka. So Meeka was sharing that she liked how vulnerable that Justin was the first night she met him. They really opened up, and she felt like he wasn't being real thirsty like the other men were. I'm like, Meeka, if you don't like the men on the show, girl, just leave because you clearly don't like them, and that's okay. We ain't saying they the best. Rasheena says she likes her men to be vulnerable, so that vulnerability thing meant a lot to her as well. So she liked the fact that Justin opened up also, and so Kendrick asked about what if you don't want to communicate with the person. Justin said that he just gonna put it on do not disturb. Meeka said that she gonna click send anyway. And Kendrick was asking how do you deal with situations like that? And Meeka said basically she not gonna talk to you, like she not gonna waste her energy on you and speak to you and all that if she is not interested in you, right? And so then Kendrick was asking the ladies about where does Justin fit in this process? Like, how does he fare against all the other men? Rasheena was like, oh, he definitely top looking in terms of the men. Like, there's no competition. So Kendrick was basically like, oh, so it's basically Justin versus Scrubs. And Meeka's like, no, it's Justin versus nobody else. Now, these ladies were capping for me. Like, Justin is cute and all, but he ain't fine and all. Like, Meeka can't say with a straight face, or neither can Rasheena say with a straight face that Justin looked better than Chaz. No, we're not saying that. And to me, Dominic and Chaz look better than Justin to me. But that's just me, beauty, whatever is in the eye to behold, as they say. So anywho, so then Kendrick was talking to Justin after the ladies left, and Kendrick feels like with Meeka, you're gonna have that wall to knock down, but Rasheena seems real open and cool and all that. So Kendrick's like, you got a tough choice to make. He's like, I'm happy, you got options, I'm happy I'm not you. Now across town, we did see a date with Mya and William, and he was introducing Mya to his friends Troy and I think it was Rashonda or Rashandia, something like that. So anyway, they're a married couple, by the way. So Mya came in her little blue dress. I was like, come through, Mya. So they're asking Mya, what does she do for a living? She said she works in tech. She used to travel a lot, but now she works from home. They asked her, how do you feel about William's comedy career? We still haven't heard him tell a joke, but it's very polarizing, right? Because remember last season we were still down to Dallas and we had the comedian Red, and I feel like Red forced the comedian thing on us a little bit more, as though William he don't hardly ever talk about it. Like we only heard him talk about it once or twice and that was it. So it's very interesting. William's not doing all the extras that Red was doing, and I'm not mad at that. Actually, I like William. Like I wouldn't be with him with them kids and all, but and 2 marriages and all that, but he's a nice looking guy, and he seems very well mannered and stuff. He seems like a nice guy. So anywho, they were asking Mya does she want to get married and have kids, and she said she wants to have kids of her own. She said she wants to have at least 2. So then Rashonda was like, y'all gonna have 7 kids? So William's like, well, I come from a big family. My mom had 14 siblings, so and she knows I want a big family too. Mya said she always wanted that big family for herself. The friend also asked about how do you feel about the whole long distance thing, because he's still in the Army Reserves and sometimes he has to be gone for a while at a time because he'll get deployed still, I guess. And so she was like, oh, okay, I've never done long distance, but I'm definitely open to it. She's like, she didn't know that he still could be sent away somewhere. I was like, what y'all been talking about? Anywho, Troy leaned over to his wife and he's like, it's not polite to ask a lady her age. And so she was like, how old are you? I think Mya said she's 30 or 31. I think she's 30. I was like, dang. A lot of the cast is younger this season. I noticed a lot of people around 30, 32. And so she said he's one of the youngest guys she's dated. She typically dates older. I feel like everybody be saying the answers that fit, but maybe I don't know. I think Mya pretty much left after that part. And so, oh yeah, she also said she wants to see his comedy show, by the way, if I didn't mention that. So anyway, they said, they like Mya, but Rashonda was concerned about all those kids. She's like, bro, y'all gonna have 7 kids, like y'all gonna have a family that big, like, but they liked her. They liked her. All right. So then moving on, we see Chaz introduce his friend Ben and his friend Ruben to Alexis and Vanessa. He had Alexis and Vanessa come down to the house, right? So Alexis came first and she's talking with the guys, and Alexis in her confessional talking about, oh yeah, I don't start anything, but I can hold my own. I'm not gonna be a doormat. I'm not gonna be anybody's doormat. I swore she said this so many times in the confessional. I was starting to think, like, is editing playing with her and making her say that every single time, or is she really like saying that? I was like, I should take a shot every time Alexis says doormat. Like, girl, stop telling us you're not gonna be a doormat. Like, you about to go meet the men and their friends. Like, what that got to do with anything? You not about to fight the ladies. Like, she's annoying. So anyway, and we really saw it for Alexis in the beginning, but we don't see it no more. But anywho, so Alexis came over there. They asked her, like, what are the green flags you see when it comes to Chaz? So she said he has a lot of good green flags, but the only like thing she could maybe concerned about is their age difference, because they got a 15-year age difference. That's too big of an age difference for me personally. But teach his own. I might need me a zaddy with some money too. Okay, so I ain't gonna totally, poo-poo the idea. So Chaz said, in his confessional, that the age difference thing is not an issue for him because he don't look his age, which he doesn't. He's 47. He don't look it. And he said, plus he got a strong back. So okay, Chaz. So anyway, he was saying, yeah, he's more of a 90s like R&B kind of guy, and she's a 2023 Taylor Swift kind of girl. She's like, no, I'm not. And so I'm like, yes, you are, girl. But no, we don't know. Anyway, then Vanessa came over. Vanessa was surprised to see Alexis there. I know you was, girl. I like the vibe Vanessa came over with, like her outfit and everything, the vibe she was on. They were asking her like how she is outside of the process. And so she said she's all about peace and everything. She don't want nobody disturbing her peace. I'm the same way, girl. Like, any man that's gonna come into my life, you better add to it. Do not take nothing from it, or you don't need to be up in here with me. Okay. So anywho, Alexis said, with her, she's a take what you get kind of person. She could be a big personality, but that's how she is. So she's so annoying. So then they asked about like marriage and kids. And Vanessa said, she's open to being married again, but she doesn't want to put like the whole marriage label on it right away, because you could be working towards this marriage thing, but then you're not working on building the relationship part. That was a weird answer. Was that just me? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. That was kind of a weird answer, in my opinion, that Vanessa gave. But like I said, let me know what y'all think in the comments. So, Alexis says she definitely wants to get married and have kids. She wants to get married before she has kids. Vanessa asked the friends how Chaz is with kids. They say he's really good. He's really good nurturing and all that. And because Vanessa has 2 kids, and so Alexis asked would he be a good disciplinarian, and they said that he would. And so then I believe the ladies pretty much left after that. And so Alexis said, her and Chaz have a lot of like sexual chemistry, whatever. She does see that Alexis and Chaz could be a good fit for each other. And Chaz did say that he's more physically and intellectually attracted to Vanessa. They make more sense than Chaz and Alexis. Okay, let's be real. The friends like Vanessa a lot. They were concerned about that whole marriage topic, or comment she made. And so Chaz said, yeah, that might be a red flag for him, because he don't want nobody playing. Like, he ain't trying to be single and unmarried another year or two. He ready to get married tomorrow. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's what Vanessa's ready for, but maybe. All right. So then we also see Alonso. Okay, so Alonso invites Patrice and Rasheena on a date to meet his friend. What was that friend's name? India. Okay. So, and I'm probably gonna go out of order with the dates, y'all, but we're gonna cover them all. So Patrice came. Patrice looked really cute. Patrice says she knows it's, Women's Elimination Week, but she's not gonna be any different than what she already is. If you either like it or you love it. I love that's right. I love Patrice. I love her energy. I love her confidence in herself. I love, like, she seems very self-assured. She knows who she is. She has her personal style. Like, I appreciate seeing women like that, right? Just, you could tell she's fully grown and, full grown woman in herself and her being and loving herself. Is how she comes across on the screen, is what I'm saying. So, Patrice came to the date, and so um Patrice saying she likes how Alonso is. She really gets his sense of humor more than probably like the other girls do. And I don't know why I want to call India Sophia. Is it just me? So anyway, y'all know how I be switching people's names in my head. So India said that yeah, he has that sense of humor. Everybody doesn't always get his jokes, right? And so she asked, what does she like about him? And she said she just likes, how Alonso is, and they can be silly together, they can have fun, all this stuff. She asked if she dates younger. She said, that's what she prefers. She typically does date younger men. Now Rasheena came in and she asked how did Rasheena and Alonso connect, and she said, they were dancing at the pajama party and all that good stuff. But Sheena is concerned though because she feels like Alonso's always playing and she never seen his serious or romantic side, so she can't tell like when he's trying to be serious or not. And so she was asking him like, when you gonna be serious? Like you always playing. And so he said, well, India said, he is likes to joke a lot, but when he really locks in, like he can show his serious side and he can be really romantic. And so Patrice is like, oh, speaking of romantic, so she pulled this letter out her bra, and I guess it was a letter that Alonso wrote to her. And so Alonso said he likes to write letters, and she asked him to write him one when they were at the pajama jam. And so she wrote him one, and he was just so like happy and flattered that she kept it and she pulled it out at that moment. He said he wanted to kiss her right there, but he didn't. Good job, Alonso. Y'all already messing up this season. Don't add to it. He didn't already messed up, but you could tell he trying to do better every time. He making comments about it and everything. So anyway, um, Rasheena was like, okay, it's good to see that Alonso does have the romantic side. Like she's like she wants to see that with him as well. Like, okay, he's showing it to Patrice, but he's not really showing it to her, right? And so then India asked the ladies, do they want to get married? Do they want to have kids? Because both ladies have kids and they've been married before. Patrice says she definitely wants to get married again. And she said she definitely would, be willing to have kids again. Like she said it with no problem, no hesitation. I was like, really, Patrice? Like, wow, okay. And so then Rasheena says she has her two boys. She's been married before. She definitely wants to get married again. She said the kids, to be honest, she would prefer not to have them again, but maybe with the right man, she would. It's a no. But it's okay. Like, y'all don't got to start over. I mean, I guess if it's the right man you really want to make that baby with, I get it. But you don't got to start over. So, anywho, I believe the ladies pretty much left after that. India said definitely Patrice because she seemed like she was very, very happy to be there. Alonso feels like, he's making progress when it comes to Patrice. So then we also see William invite Patrice and Alexis over to Troy and Rashonda's house. Again, why we can't go to your house, William? Like, what's happening? So Troy and Rashonda have the ladies over. Now, Patrice said in her confessional, like, when you go to a married lady's house, you definitely want to bring her flowers out of respect. And so she said when I handed her the flowers, she had a big smile on her face, and she was like check, like I did the right thing. I was like, I like that. That's correct. I love stuff like that, knowing like proper things to do in different situations like that. Like my grandma would teach me things like that, like tell me like take something over, gift at somebody's house when you're going over there, or take a plant over, take a, something over a gift, or give them a gift, if someone lets you stay at their home or something like that. So I appreciated her doing that. Now, maybe she did it to try to win brownie points, who knows, but it was a good gesture either way you want to look at it, in my opinion. So Patrice and Alexis sat over there. Alexis was like, oh, I'm surprised to see Patrice over there. Like, I didn't know, her and William was connecting like that. I was like, girl, they've been connecting. I didn't think Alexis and William were connecting like that. But this episode was confusing with the connections because some of the dates we seen, like when Vanessa came on that date with Dominique, which we'll talk about next, I was like, since when? Like, since when did Vanessa and Dominique connect? Like, never seen that. Anyway, Meeka was on the date with Laron. I was like, since when? But Laron, according to him, he said since the mixer, what he said on Twitter. Anyway, all right. I don't see it for Meeka and Laron. Now that is not happening. Okay, not happening. Anyway, So the ladies were just sitting on the sofa and they were like, "Hey girl, how you doing? Hey girl, how you doing?" Because they had their little beef last week, and then they scooted. Alexis scooted over, okay, and then Rashonda and Trey were like, "Oh, y'all trying to share him?" And they were like, "Well, we've been sharing him for 4 weeks, so we got to keep sharing him." So William sat down, and so they were asking. Well, Rashonda was like, "Well, how's the process going so far? Like, is there any drama?" I feel like producers told her to ask that. And so Patrice said she just started to stay out the drama. She tried to stay out of the mess. Here go Alexis. I'm not a confrontational person. I don't start anything, but if I have to get in it, I have to get in it. Like I welcome it. I don't shy away from it. Here she go talking about she ain't gonna be a doormat again. Got it, girl. We know. So anyway, um, I think they did ask William about the whole like being, or they asked the ladies about him being a comedian and how they feel about that. And Patrice said, she likes it. She would support him. She said talked about how she drives a Sprinter. She drives celebrities around the city in the Sprinter, and she told him like if they book you for a show out of town, like tell them I can drive you so they can book me too, and then we could be together. I said I know that's right, Patrice. Very good thinking. Alexis, I guess she don't have no problem with him being a comedian as well. They asked about his age. Well, they asked Patrice like how do you feel about his age, and she said like dating younger men. She said she preferred dating younger men, which she said plenty of times on the show. I think I don't know the age difference between Alexis and William. I think they're both in their 30s though. I'm not sure how old a William even is. I don't remember, to be honest, y'all. I don't remember most of these people's ages, to be honest with you. Like I remember Chaz is 47 and most of them are in their 30s. That's all I remember. Anyway, I think they talked about like having kids and families and stuff like that. But then the ladies left and they were like, okay, out of the three, because he went on a date with Mya as well. So Williams like, out of the three, Mya, Patrice, and Alexis, who do you see, top? So they definitely picked Patrice and Mya, and Troy felt like Patrice was gonna really like help him grind when it comes to his comedian thing and all that good stuff. So I think Rashonda liked Mya a lot as well. So they're like, we don't know if we helped you or not, but you know how it goes. William said he doesn't know, like Mya and Patrice are really neck and neck for him. He could go and let Alexis go. So anyway, like I said, across town we saw a date with Dominique, and he had his friend Mike. Mike was nice looking too. He had his friend Mike meet Vanessa. It was just the three of them. Now Vanessa sat on the same side as Mike, and I would have thought she sat with Dominic, but I guess they wanted to look across from each other. And so Mike was asking how she felt about the process so far. Vanessa said she enjoyed meeting everybody, and especially Dominic. She really likes Dominic and his vibe and all that. And so Dominique appreciated hearing that. Dominique said that well, they asked Vanessa how she been. Mike asked Vanessa has she been married? Does she have kids? And she said, she's married before she has kids. She says she's open. She wants to have more. She'll have more kids for sure. She's like, I know he wants to have his 2 to 10. And he was like, yeah, depending on, Dominique said, depending on, what his hip action looking like. And he's like, no, I don't mean it like that. He's like, because you have to run around with the kids, Okay, Dominique. So then Dominique was saying like, yeah, I was scrolling all through, I've been talking about Mike. I've been talking to Mike about Vanessa all the time. And I was scrolling through her social media. He said, I went back about 115 weeks. So I was like, Dominique, I'm starting not to take you seriously. And so he said he was, looking at all the pictures. He said he was being a creep, and she was like, okay, well, like you can apply like more pressure, like you could be more of a creep. He's like, you want me to be more of a creep? He's like 3 a.m. I was like, stop it, Dominique. And so she was like, yeah, you can, you could do more. And so Dominique said he appreciated her saying that, she can apply that pressure. He was like, blink twice if you want me to be a creep or something. He said stupid. So they went outside. He's still telling her to blink twice or whatever. And so Mike said he really likes Vanessa for him. He could see it working. Dominique said he knows that Chaz and Vanessa have a good connection, but that ain't gonna work. And he said he gonna just continue to, do his magic, do his thing, so he can make this work. I feel like Dominique is just in it for the competition at this point, and he ain't fooling me, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna make it to the end, Dominique, because at this point, ain't nothing is happening on this season. Nothing romantic is happening. So go on and race to the finish line. But I doubt that Vanessa chooses Dominique over Chaz. But what I will say, because I was not expecting this date with Dominique and Chaz. I mean, not Dominique and Chaz, Chaz. Dominique and Vanessa. Forgive me, y'all. What I will say about Dominique and Vanessa is that I did see some chemistry between them. Now I could tell Vanessa kind of liked him. And I was like, oh, Vanessa. Because remember last week I was like, Vanessa, I need you to play the game because she was looking very, uninterested with William. She only liked Chaz. I didn't want her to be in the bottom for that. However, I was like, okay, girl, since when you was liking Dominique. Okay, I ain't mad at that. And Dominique is one of the stronger players on the show. So I'm not mad at that, Vanessa. Go ahead on, girl. So anywho, then the next day we saw was I believe the next day we saw was Laron, right? Yeah, that was the last date. We saw Laron invite Mya and Meeka to out to eat with his friend King. And so he said him and King went to college together. They work hard, they play hard, they go out all the time, the Wednesday through Sunday. They just went out the night before. He talking about all the shots they had and all this stuff. I was like, okay. They just went out last night, y'all. So anyway, Mya came and then Meeka came. And so when Mya came, she was saying like, that she's not scared of his old party lifestyle and all that. Then when Meeka came, he's like, oh, look who it is. And I was like, now I know Meeka not about to choose Laron. That's not happening. It's not happening. But wishful thinking, Laron, right? So somebody got on the whole party thing. Meeka was like, I don't know if I can even take you seriously, Laron. You always be playing all day. Laron said he just want to have fun. He want to have a good time. Mya's good with going out with him because she's young. She want to have fun. I can see Mya and Laron hitting the town together. That'd be cute. And I don't have no problem with Laron. If Laron want to go to the club 3 nights a week, that's him. Like that's his entertainment source. That's him. Like honestly, I would go out more if I wasn't lazy, okay, and it was better places to go. I don't mean like drinking and standing up in the club in no heels, like that ain't what I'm doing. But I mean like they had like a nice lounge where I live or something like that. Maybe I would go out a little more, but also I like to be in the house. Okay, let me be honest. But when I go out, I go out, so it's food. It's cool. So anyway, then Meeka was saying like, okay, but my concern with you, I got questions for you. I got questions. So they was like, oh, here she go with the questions. So then she's like, but you never dated a woman with kids before, right? And he said no. She's like, so how are you gonna handle that? She's like, because I got a 6-year-old son. He's very wild and stuff. I was like, girl, your son wild? Like, I ain't judging, but I don't know. Meeka gives me a very particular type of lady. She gives me a very particular type, very particular. But I feel like Meeka need her a baller. Like she needs somebody else that's gonna fly her out. She's trying to get flued out again. That's what Meeka is giving. But anyway, she's in the process. So she was like, how you gonna handle my son? He out of hand. So he was like, I feel like I would just need to wrestle him, like body slam him down to the floor one time. Everybody was like, and he's like, no, I don't mean it like that. Just like, kind of play with him, rough him up. Like that's what he needs. I think he means like help him get his energy out. And then she's like, no, but you can't just be coming in being a playful parent. You got to be serious. Like, if you're going to come in, you got to come in all of you wholeheartedly and be ready to step in that role as a parent. Oh, you look for a new daddy, Meeka? And speaking of that, we see for next week when they got to meet the exes that don't look like Meeka is bringing an ex. She bringing nephew Tommy. And I was like, oh, it's giving another Jeffrey, but we ain't going to go there. So anyway, I think Mya eventually left. And so then Mya says she feels like maybe her connection with her and Laron grew a little closer. I noticed Mya didn't eat nothing on that date, but the date with William, she took her food to go. So Laron was like, okay, why don't you come out with me, bro? Tell him, Meeka, like, do not call me a bro. I'm not your bro, sir. So she's like, I don't know, you're going to be drunk and stuff. I have to call you an Uber. And he's like, no, you just give me a ride to my house. And she was like, how do you even like take him serious? And so then I think Meeka left after that. And so King was like, I don't know. He feels like Mya might be a better fit. He's like, I don't know, maybe Meeka could work out, but I don't know. Laron said he feels like him and Mya could, hit the town together. They could be, so that could be somebody he can be with. He said, but Meeka, he feels like Meeka is a softie. Like once you get past the walls and everything, like she gonna ride for you 100%. And he feels like, also because he asked her about the kids thing. And so she said she could have kids with, because Laron was like, well, I feel like you could have kids with somebody if it's the right person. She's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it got to be right. So he feels like basically if he can get down with Meeka's walls and he could possibly be that person that she would have kids with again. He said he want to be that person. I don't see it happening, LeBron, but good for you. Maybe. So, but probably very slim chance. All right, so then we get down to the men's deliberation. So the men are all coming in. William said he's always nervous when these things come up. I like the glasses that Dominique was wearing when he came in for deliberation. So nephew Tommy asked him about all their dates, how their dates went. So I think Laron went first. He talked about his dates and he feels like Meeka, you got to get past the walls of her, but it's possible. Justin said that, the same thing about the walls with Meeka as well. He enjoyed his date. Alonso talked about the letter that Patrice put out. He said he wanted to kiss her, but he did, he's learning not to be doing things like that. And every time he's like, yeah, please don't do that. Because he said he don't want no trouble out of y'all men on this season because y'all cutting up a food. Chaz talked about his dates. He says that he feels that him and Vanessa have a better connection, the intellectual, the physical, and all that. And Dominique talked about his date with Vanessa. Like he was like, yeah, he said, Mike, my friend said that, she's fire, she's amazing, she's this and that. And they kept showing Chaz's face. You got a little competition, Chaz. Dominique just playing though. And then William talked about his dates, how he don't know, who he should choose. Nephew Tommy told Laron to think it over because he think he could get Meeka to have a baby with him, even if Tommy don't see it. Okay. So then nephew Tommy was like, okay, so who are y'all not feeling? So I believe Justin said Vanessa because, he says she's a nice lady, but she just doesn't really connect with him. Dominique said Meeka because of the kid thing. I'm glad Dominique finally got real about that. William said Meeka, she's like totally like icing him out. And nephew Tommy's like, well, have you tried to contact her? He said, yeah. And she was like, you don't need to be contacting me. See, Meeka. And then you wonder why they're saying you giving friend vibes. So then I believe Chaz. So Chaz said, Alexis, because she brought up on their last date the whole thing about Koshia being eliminated. And he said he liked to have his peace. He don't like to get into drama like that. Now, as soon as Chaz said Alexis' name, they panned the camera to Laron, and Laron was like, oh, yep, he about to get into it as he get into it when it comes to Alexis. He been waiting for his moment to nail Alexis, right? So then they ask, somebody else mentioned Alexis as well in the bottom. And so then Dominique feels like Alexis, she is like what did he say? Plug and play, whatever he called her. Like he can take her to the hood, then he can take her to the jazz concert, and she knows how to switch it up like that. He said that's the vibe he on as well. I guess he batting for Alexis. So then Laron, he's like, okay, Laron, who you not feeling? And so Laron said, I have 5 disconnections, Tommy. And so nephew Tommy was like, okay, I just need like 2 or 3, first of all. Okay, who you not feeling? He said, Alexis, 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 Alexis. He's like, why Alexis? And so then he goes on the whole spiel about how Alexis was sending the screenshots to Will and how Will, then he eliminated Koshia and all that happened. And he feels like, he's like, where do I begin, Tommy? The best word, how do I describe Alexis? She's a snake. And, one half of the snake went, and now we need to get rid of the other half. And that just wasn't right the way that Will, he had a thing against Koshia, and Alexis gave him the information. And now then he got rid of Koshia and blah, 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 blah. William said in his confessional that he thought like they would have moved past this whole text message thing. So apparently it was a text message thing, y'all. And he said he doesn't like the fact that Laron brought it up. It's kind of childish and all that stuff, which it is. Like, let's move on. But the men was laughing at it. Some of them were laughing anyway. So nephew Tommy's like, okay, y'all know what y'all gotta do. Y'all gotta take the ladies out and tell which one is not ready to love. Tell them, they're not ready to love. So already I knew Alexis was going to be in the bottom, and I figured Meeka was going to be in the bottom, right? Now I thought maybe Meeka was going to be going home, but that's not how it went. So Chaz took Meeka out, and he's talking to her, asking her how she feels about the process. Meeka shared a confessional that Chaz looks really good. She like a man with a big back and big arms, and so she's really here for that. See, exactly what I was saying. Like, girl, you know Chaz look better than Justin. So, um, she said the process has been really overwhelming. So he's like, he got straight to the point. He's like, nephew Tommy met with us guys this week, and some things came up about you that were good, but some things that came up that were not so good. So he said that the men are getting like a friend vibe from you. They feel like you're putting a wall up. You're not really opening up. Meeka said when it comes to the guys she's not interested in, she's not going to open up. She's not going to waste her time. Like, she's not feeling you. She's not about to open up to you. That's what it is. And so Chaz was like, well, how do you know, like, you're not going to have something serious with them? She's like, I know I'm not. And he's like, but how do you know you're not trying, you're not opening up? And so he's like, well, basically the man decided you are ready to love. And he's like, why don't you just, continue to show more of your other side so people can see that. And so she said, like, she gonna keep doing what she been doing. She not gonna show more of her sides to the ones that she don't like. I guess, girl. I guess. So anyway, I mean, if it works for her, it works for her. So then, across the street or wherever they was at, we had Laron taking Alexis out. And so Alexis said, she don't know if Laron is trying to spark a new connection or if this is one of them, you not ready to love dates, basically. And so Laron's asking her how she's doing, how's the process going. She's like, it's been up and down and all that. And she was like, but I heard, you had a bone to pick with me or something. And she was like, I didn't even know, like, me and you barely ever spoke 2 words to each other. Like, what's going on? And so Laron's like, it's just been a lot. I feel like he didn't really get into the Will thing unless they cut it out. He didn't really get into the Will thing like he was getting into it in the confessional. But maybe he didn't want to like get on her like that on TV and look like a jerk, right, in the elimination part. So he basically told her, like, there's a lot of chatter and all that, and he, the men are not really feeling that. And she said, she don't do the chatter and all that, but she's not going to be a doormat. If somebody starts it with her, she gonna get into it with them, all that, blah, blah, blah. And so basically Laron let Alexis know that she is not ready to love, but he's like, but give me a hug, we good and all that. And then she's like, oh, like, it's okay, thank you. She's like, oh, you was about to cry or something. He did not like he's about to cry for you, girl. You don't even cry when you're eliminating people. Anyway, Alexis is gone. She is not ready to love. Okay, and the preview for next week look good because we're gonna meet the ladies' exes. Okay. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode. I thought it was cool. I still got to get Bold and Bougie's episode for this week to y'all. I haven't even watched it yet, y'all. So I just been trying to get Love is Blind done. Speaking of Love is Blind, we had a good time on the live for Love is Blind last night. So if you are a Love is Blind fan, make sure you catch the replay and comment. Let me know what you think of this season 6 of Love is Blind. And I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye.